you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Much closer to me.
Darn it. I'm just making a mess.
Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. This week we're doing something a bit different and fun, and
It involves pine cones.
It does not involve pine cones. We're
does
doing a couples challenge. So we've come up with a list of questions that we've taken from the internet, and
We've come up with a list of questions that we, kind of stole from all these other sources.
and we get to each ask each other the question, and we're gonna keep score of who gets them right and who gets them wrong. And then at the end, the winner gets to shove whipped cream into the other contestant's face.
I'm gonna win.
So we have our questions written down on this piece of paper that got damaged by Andrew's coffee. Okay, question number 1. Have I ever had a near-death experience? Has Andrew ever had a near-death experience?
Has Sarah?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know about myself, but I don't know about you.
Don't look at my answer.
Oh, wait. I gotta think about this. I'm gonna get this one right. I know the answer.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah, you can go first. What was your answer? Yes. Okay, well, what was it?
Oh.
What was one near-death experience?
I mean, it depends. So, we could mention pretty much every single time that we go anywhere in the car and I'm driving and Sarah thinks that she has a near-death experience because I'm such a bad driver.
It's true. Andrew gets aggressive when he's driving, and I feel like we're gonna die half the time, especially if we're in the city or on the highway. Now, you're a good driver, but I think
she exaggerates a bit. I'll be like, there's like a red light like 400 meters away, and she'll be like, Andrew, oh my gosh, are you gonna stop? And it's like green, switches between green and red 3 times before we get to it.
Alright.
No, but I think she would probably consider her near-death experience when you were driving that one time with your mom, and you lost control of the car, right?
That is a good one. I wasn't thinking of that one, but that would count. When I was learning how to drive with my mom, it was snowing out, and I'm not a good driver, not a confident driver. And I don't know what happened, but I got scared and I started sliding off the road and we landed in the bank. Okay, so for you, my answer was, wait, where'd it go? Yes, you did have a near-death experience, and I'm gonna say it was when you were little, when you were on your bike and your mom let you go or whatever, and you hit something and you fell down. You hit a log and you fell.
Yeah, so I don't know if I would describe that as a near-death experience, but I probably thought so at the time. I probably thought I was gonna die. My parents, I had just gotten a bike. I was 4 or 5. I can't remember if I was 4 or 5. And my mom was trying to teach me how to use the bike, and it was, for a little kid, normally you start off with a bike that has brakes on the pedals, so you just go in reverse on the pedal and it brakes the tire. I, for whatever reason, struggled with comprehending that's how you stop the bike. And I was, started going, pedaling down the road, and my mom was, kind of walking behind me and stuff, and I lost control, by which I mean I just started going a little too fast for, my comfort level, I guess. And I completely forgot that I could slow the bike down, and I stuck my legs out straight sideways, and I just screamed. And I was screaming and screaming, and I wasn't controlling where I was going, and I was just slowly veering to the right, and there was a bank, so on the side of the road there was a little bank, and I went over the bank, and I remember I hit my head on this log that was over there. And my mom couldn't catch me, and so I ended up going over the bank, of course, and I didn't touch a bike for 2 years, I think it was. So yeah, I probably did think that was a near-death experience. I probably thought I was going to die that day, and I do know, I was definitely screaming like crazy. So that was definitely an interesting scenario. The next question is, would you go out on a Friday night or stay in?
This is an easy one.
This is definitely an easy one. Do we even need to write this one down?
We do it on the count of 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Stay in.
Yeah. We don't like socializing.
Okay. The next question is, what do you miss most about your childhood? So.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, what do I miss most?
Oh
what
no.
So, what do you miss most about your childhood?
Not having responsibilities, no bills.
No responsibilities.
I
got it right. A point for me.
Sarah. Yeah.
Okay. And what I miss most, I don't really have like a very specific thing. I just miss like hanging out with my sisters and just being crazy. We were always doing like funny things like filming videos, making like if we had TikTok back then, we probably would have been making TikToks.
Oh my
we
God.
loved like
Yeah, you guys
making
would've gone
dance
nuts.
videos and music things.
I've seen
and,
some
like,
of these home videos that they've made.
stuff like that. Just stuff like that.
I don't think mine's gonna qualify.
What is it? What did it say?
Family parties?
Family parties? That's what you wrote?
Yeah. Sarah's up to 3. I'm stuck at 2.
3 to 2. Okay.
Cheater. More passive or confrontational?
Just in general?
I don't know. That was your question. You thought of that one. I already know the answer to this one. I think you're more passive.
100%. I'm so passive. I'm so shy. I hate confrontation. Like, I could be so upset at somebody, but I'll just, like, keep it to myself. Like, I don't
Unless it's me.
Like, okay, I'm not passive with Andrew. If something's bothering me that Andrew's doing, I'm not worried about...
Which makes sense.
I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But, like, with other people, like, I don't want confrontation
Yeah, sometimes
at all.
it
It's so
frustrates me
horrible.
so much. Like, she'll be so passive about something, and I know that she hates whatever the scenario is. She might just absolutely hate it or be so
God,
upset
but
about
I
it, but
cannot
she won't say
anything.
anything or do anything. Sometimes it just makes me so irritated. I'm like, just say something. Stand up for yourself.
Well, I listed that Andrew was more passive than confrontational too, and I think it's kind of like a mix for you because I think you really do not like confrontation. You don't like addressing things with people, but the difference between us is that you will if you absolutely have to, like if it's important. I wrote passive, so that was my answer, so you have to tell me if I got it.
I think
right.
it's really hard, yeah, because like you're right. Like, there's a lot of situations where I can definitely be confrontational, and I do, and I get into fights with people. Probably shouldn't for some things, but I think like probably in like a majority of settings, like I think you're right. I think I'd be more passive, especially when it comes to people that I'm not really comfortable with. So I think you're right. I think I'd be more passive.
Okay, so you both get a point.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what is the craziest thing you've ever done?
Oh God. Oh, I know the craziest thing I've done. What have you done? Oh, this is so bad. Whoops. Okay. Do you want to go first?
Yes. So the craziest thing that Andrew's ever done, and I don't really know what it is, but you were like in high school and you were driving around like the parking lot or the football field or something after hours and like someone was chasing you.
Oh, I was hanging out with a group of friends and there was a football game going on. I'm not going to mention what school we were at. But we were at a school. I was in high school. We were at this football game. I think it was a homecoming game. And I don't know, I was such an idiot back then. I remember I backed my car over near, like, kind of close to where... Because you couldn't park right next to the stadium, but, like, you could get your car pretty close. So I backed my car over there so that I had an easy exit. And I punched the gas because I was just trying to get the tires to spin. Just being an idiot, just, making them squeal. And I remember I did it, and I was driving, and I drove in front of the school onto the other side where I thought I could get out, and I couldn't get out, and it was just this turnaround thing. So I turned around and I started coming back. Well, there was a couple of teachers that had come over after I did this and looking for the car, and so I stopped, and they were right in the road. I couldn't go through, but there was a patch of grass on the right-hand side of me and a little parking lot next to that. So what do? I punch it, drive over the grass, go over into the parking lot, and just exit through, the driveway and leave the school. And then I found out, like, it was pretty scary. Like, I went to a friend's house and just hung low for a little while because I heard through the grapevine a bunch of people were texting around, and apparently like the cops had gotten called and stuff, and they were out looking for somebody who did this.
Andrew.
So that was really stupid. There was no damage or anything. Like, we didn't cause any problems. It's just we were being idiot teenagers. And Yeah, everything worked out. Nothing ever happened, but it was that was pretty stupid. That was a really stupid thing that I did.
Yeah, what's the craziest thing I've ever done? I don't even know the answer to this. I can't.
I feel like the craziest thing you ever did, because you're not really like, you don't really do crazy things. I feel like the craziest thing you ever did was when we met online.
Oh yeah, that is kind of crazy.
I was friends, so she was friends with Tori, who was dating my friend Todd, and I think I had Tori as a friend on Facebook, and I had made a post. These were in the days when I used to make posts on Facebook and say, "Oh, this is my cell number. Text me. I'm bored." So she texted me pretending to be this random person, and I knew it was a lie, but I didn't
thought
know
it
who
was
she
hilarious. I thought this was like the funniest thing ever. It was the dumbest thing.
No, but it led into this situation where her roommate Sam was very nervous about her messaging this stranger that she didn't know. And I think the craziest thing you ever did was feed into that, and we played a prank on Sam.
That was so mean.
And we started talking on Facebook, started making these...
We were
pretending at the time, making these crazy love posts about each other, and then Sarah told her friend...
That's like a terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's so many bad things that do happen between, like, people meeting online like that and, like, going crazy.
We were really stupid.
So that was really dumb. I thought it was so funny at the time, but thinking back,
your roommate Sam probably was terrified.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think mine was the craziest thing you ever did?
I think that's a good one, because I didn't really know the answer to that.
All right, so...
Are we tied still?
Yeah, no. You're still ahead by 1. Ooh. Okay, this one's an interesting one. What weird smells do you like?
I know what weird smell I like.
I know what weird smell you like.
I don't know what weird smell you like. Okay, I got something.
Okay, so I go first?
Yeah.
All right.
What does it say?
Gas.
Yeah, okay, I like this. Gasoline. Yeah, let's
like
clarify.
When you go... Oh no, she prefers the other type of gas.
I don't know why I like the smell of gasoline. Apparently my mom's mom liked the smell of gasoline.
It's kind of an interesting thing. Like, I don't mind it. Like, it's not offensive to my nose. Point for Andrew.
Yeah, so you got that point. I have no idea. I just wrote spicy food. It's weird because I don't like spicy food.
I don't think that counts. That's not a weird thing. I mean, I do like the smell of spicy food, I guess, but...
I do.
I don't feel like that's a weird thing to like the smell of.
Darn.
So, woohoo, we're tied.
All right. Next question. Have you ever failed a class? I don't know. Your reaction. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. I said no for you. Because I don't think you have. Have you failed a class?
No.
Oh, yes.
Not that I know of.
What about me?
Yes!
Technically, that's not true.
So here's my reasoning. Okay. There was this one class called...
Biological Anthropology.
Biological Anthropology.
It was a cool class.
And it was the funniest thing. Okay, so... When Sarah was going to Canisius, before I transferred to Canisius, she took this class, Biological Anthropology, and I remember she struggled with it so hard. And she had these charts on the walls and everything.
I studied so hard.
She studied hard, and I remember because we would call each other, and she would read to me, and she would do her notes, and like she would send me her notes, and then she would like go through and like tell me the definitions and stuff like that. And it was crazy. She studied hard. She did the best she could, and I remember she didn't technically fail the class, but she got such a low grade.
I got a C-, and because it was for my major, it was a required class for my major, I had to have a C+ or higher in order for that class to count. So a C- made it so technically I failed it. Like I would need to take it over again to get a higher grade so that it would count for my major.
I think the problem was Sarah could remember the information, but his exams and tests and stuff were so literal. Like, he wrote his own book for the course, and his questions were literally verbatim stuff from his book. And I think Sarah kind of struggled with answering it verbatim.
Well, they were multiple choice questions. They weren't like, if they were questions where it was like, write your response, I would have done great because I could explain myself and explain, like, I don't know, my reasoning. But because they were multiple choice, and I would look at the questions and be like, well, it's
It
not
could be
technically
this and
true. It
that.
could be this or it could be this, depending on how you view the situation. And like, so.
But he was looking for exactly what he had
I
in his
know.
book. That's what he was looking for. So Sarah would choose an option, and she would write like a paragraph of information saying, "This is why I chose this option." Blah blah blah. And
He didn't care.
I don't think he cared at all. What is your favorite activity / pastime? I know the answer to this. I don't want to ruin another page. Am I going first? Or
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
first?
I can't see it. What does it say?
Travel.
Oh, that's true.
Number one thing, if you could do anything, Sarah would be traveling.
Yes, I would be traveling.
All the time, 100%.
I love traveling.
I know you love traveling.
I want to go to Switzerland. For Andrew, I said play video games.
Yeah. Yeah, that was an easy one.
Would you ever go on a cruise?
This is an easy
Yeah,
one.
these are some easy questions.
I know, I wonder who thought of these questions. Definitely wasn't me.
So for Andrew, yes, he would go on a cruise. He probably would love it. He talks about going on them all the time.
Well, I'd have to get, my beach body first, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, that's the point of a cruise. You go on there to show off your body.
Thirst traps.
Thirst traps. I would definitely go on a cruise, you're right.
So, point for Sarah.
I think, yes, you would go on a cruise. But let's be specific. She would not go on a cruise out on the ocean with big cruise liners with like 14,000 people or however many people they put on those things. She wants to go on a river cruise in a Nordic region. So
A
like
Viking
through the
cruise.
fjords. Yeah,
A
Viking
Rhine
cruise.
River cruise, something like that.
I think I'd like to try it at least once and see how it goes. But I would also do the river cruise. So I think we both get a
Fair
point for that. If you could get on an airplane and go anywhere, where would you go?
I know for Andrew.
I'm not even going to write it down. I'm done writing it down because it doesn't matter. Actually, I'm going to write it down. I think...
I
this is
literally
where you
just
go.
said where I wanted to go a few minutes ago.
What did you say?
I'm telling you.
Oh no! I think I remember.
Wait, what did you just write down? What did you write down first? I want to know.
I think Sarah wants to go to Switzerland.
Yes, I want to go so bad.
Is
What
that
did you
your
write
number
down
one
the
thing?
first?
Is that your number one thing? You would go to Switzerland?
I think, like, okay, if
I
money
mean,
was
if
aside,
if we say continent, Europe
yes.
would be the choice.
Yes, continent Europe. Although I really, like, for a trip that would be a little bit less expensive than something like that, I want to go to, like, Montreal, Quebec, like, that whole area.
Yeah.
And go to some of, like,
But this is like one of those big overarching things that
Yeah.
there's no issue. Like if you could just get on
Yeah.
a plane and go anywhere.
Okay.
Switzerland, okay.
Yes, so that's true. For Andrew, I say Australia.
Yeah, definitely. That would be my number one.
Andrew likes tropical. Andrew loves Australia.
I loved Australia. I could move there in a heartbeat.
What is your favorite food?
Italian.
No,
pasta.
not. Wow. I don't know my favorite food. Actually, okay, let's just
Switzerland for the last one.
favorite food.
Noodle bowl. Like the Asian noodle bowls that you make?
No.
Oh no.
And mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's cheating. That's not
No.
a main food.
For you, I said lasagna.
I do like lasagnas.
You'll eat anything, really.
I don't like, do I even have a favorite food? Like, if I could pick anything, what would I eat? Yeah, I could give it to you for a lasagna. I do like lasagnas.
Yes.
What was your first job?
Okay. I know. What? Why are you laughing? What does it say?
Working on the farm.
What?
I knew you were gonna look at me like that. I thought you said like the first job that you did was like working for Marsha Ritchie on her farm or something.
No! Where did you get that from?
I was so confident.
What? I was a lifeguard when I was like 15 years old.
I thought you worked for Marsha.
Technically, no, that was Becky. Technically, I used to work for my mom and like wash dishes at the kennel, like to help with my mom's business. But my first actual job was lifeguard when I was 15 years old.
Mm.
How did you get
I
that
thought
wrong?
you worked on the farm.
Farm. Sorry, guys. The battery died.
Actually, the camera said, "We're too hot. Wait until I cool down."
We're too hot.
Not like us. The camera said, I'm too hot. Wait for me to cool
We're
down.
too hot for this video.
Yeah.
Back to the point.
All right, we
Sarah's
found out.
working on
Apparently,
the farm.
Sarah does not work on the farm.
So, what were we talking about? Okay.
So you have to tell us what my first job was.
Your first job is complicated because I don't know if we're talking about like a family job or like your actual job, because I know you helped your dad out on a couple of jobs, and I know you
forgot
used to
about
like
that.
weed whack and stuff for people.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
But your first
Not weed whacking.
actual job was a dishwasher at the Bear Lake Inn, I thought.
How did you know
You
that?
told me!
How did you remember that? I worked there for like 2
I'm
weekends.
your wife. Well, because you told me about that. You've told me
God,
that.
how did you know that? How?
I am awesome, that's how.
That's really weird. I can't believe you remembered that. I didn't think you would. That was the job I was thinking of. I didn't think you would remember that.
Okay, what's the last question?
Here, I thought you worked on the farm. All right, the last question is probably the most controversial and debated question among all relationships. Do you prefer the toilet paper over or under? There's only one right answer
How
for
do we
this.
put it?
No, not how do we put it. How do I put it? I know how you do it.
I don't know. I'm taking a wild guess here.
All right, I went first last time, so you go first.
Okay, I said over.
That's not fair. It was a 50-50 and you got it right.
Did I?
Yeah. The
Yes.
only right way to do it.
What do I put it as?
Under.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. And it bothers me because it's not right. Over.
So we both get a point.
We both get a point.
So does that mean I won? That was the last question.
No, we need another question. No, there's another
I'm
question.
so excited. I've been waiting for this moment my entire life.
Oh no, guys. This is bad.
What is gonna get in your hair? I'm so excited. I feel really nervous.
Oh no.
Okay, one, two, three.
That tastes good. See, there's so much glooped up in my eyes. I'm scared to open them. Are my eyes clear? I take that as a no. Can I open them?
Yeah, I think so. Nope, not anymore. Go
Guys.
in the shower.
Guys. It's delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys next time.